Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and I apologize for the loud noise, but with my friend here, Adam. If you guys have been on with the channel for a long time, you'll probably remember Adam from doing, he did Crystal Beast back in the day. He also did a lot of Galaxy Eyes deck profiles on the channel.
I got a hat deck,
and sectors deck, I think.
Out-of-date decks.
Out-of-date decks. And today he's bringing to you another out-of-date deck from out of this world, Kozmo. So I'll let Adam take over.
So I'll be honest, Kozmo is not the best choice right now, but I'm really bored with the meta. I don't like pendulums. Dinosaurs kind of bore me, and Zodiac's dead, so I can't play that anymore. So I just wanted to play something a little bit fun that kind of wins for free for no reason and OTKs really quickly, and this is kind of what I came up with. It's okay. It's not like amazing. I wouldn't recommend taking it to a regional because I just did and I did terrible. But at locals is pretty good. We're currently at locals and going into round 5, and I'm X1, so that should tell you something. You play one Dark Eclipser. This is really important because it's really good against Draco. You can negate traps and stuff, and then this searches for Dark Destroyer. The one Dark Destroyer, since it's at 1. Dark Destroyer is really important in this deck, and it's really important to get maximum value out of it. So whenever you do anything involving the deck, you actually never search this outside of guaranteed searches, like with Kozmo Town or with Farm Girl, or with Eclipser. Outside of those, you really never search this like with Tin Can or anything, because it just doesn't do anything. You don't want to give your opponent the opportunity to Monster Reborn that, because if they do, you lose. And then the one Forerunner. Forerunner is okay. If it was a dark, you'd play 3, but since it's not, you have to play just 1. It's good in time, and it's level 7, which is only relevant because you want to open up with ships that are over level 5 when we get to the diagrams and stuff. Then we play 2 Landwalker. You can take one of these out for a Dog Fighter, because Dog Fighter gets you tokens, so it's cooler to float into that one. But this one's kind of cool because you can force your opponent to kill Diagram, or not Diagram, Kozmo Town, or another Kozmo card, or even itself, to protect other things like your Straw Man, which are really important. So this card's pretty good. I only play multiples because it's level 6 and it's a dark. And again, you want the level 6 ships or higher because they can float into Dark Lady on your first turn, so you can kill your opponent quicker. So it doesn't actually matter it's Landwalker, but I'm playing it too right now. 3 Slip Rider. This is just kind of like a staple Kozmo card. It's level 5 machine. You don't want to use this one in your opening turn, but sometimes you have to, and you want to open up a lot of ships. To be completely honest, I probably will drop 1. You don't really need to. You float into it, so you don't really need it as much as you did in the past. And then 1 Delta Shuttle. The combos with this with Sword Trooper don't happen as often as you think they would, but its effect to lower your opponent's monster's attacks is really, really relevant, believe it or not. What's cool about it is you can force your opponent not so your ships will get over it, or so your ships will match with them. So you can, like with Kaiju Kozmo back in the day, you can attack your ship into a monster with the same attack, they both die, and your ship floats into a Farm Girl, that attacks directly, that gets you Destroyer, and then you kill them that way. So his effect is actually pretty relevant. 1 Dark Lady, it's a brick. You don't ever want to draw this. It's terrible. You can't normal summon it. But you gotta play 1 because the card's insane. Worst pilot, and at the same time, mandatory 1 of, because sometimes you are losing and you have to summon something that is big that can't die. So it's also dark. Side note, I wanted to play Good Witch because Good Witch is actually low-key really broken. If your opponent, say, had Makaba, or I guess Infinity from back in the day, you can summon Good Witch, pay 5 to force it to flip down, they have to negate it, and then you just tag out into your ship. So Good Witch is really strong, but she's on a dark, and that's why we're not playing it. And that's the only reason why. 2 Sword Trooper, because you can summon 1, use 1 to summon the other summons another card, then you make Leviair, and then you summon another card, so there's just combos, and it's dark, so you need to play 2. I don't think 3 is necessary, but 2 is really good. And then 1 Farm Girl. She's actually the best pilot in the deck, because if she hits directly and resolves, you win the game. Your opponent can't win at that point, because you're doing 45 damage with Dark Destroyer, and you have Dark Destroyer, so card's really strong. I actually, for fun, I want to build a like Farm Girl Turbo version of this, just so I can maximize value out of this and play like Honest and stuff, which is cool. But she is kind of a brick, and you don't want to open her your first turn. You want to float into her on your next turn so you can kill your opponent. This is in practice, the best pilot, because this is where all your combos come from, this is where your first turn comes from, and this is where your grind game comes from. So you need to play 2. To be honest, you could play 3. It's actually that good. I would consider playing 3. Its defense is also really high, which is really cool. And drawing, it's not that bad because you just float to the other one. And then, actually, the worst pilot in the deck. Tin Can's really, really strong in Demise builds, so in builds you play Call of the Hanads and stuff, it's really strong. But in a combo version of the deck, the card is, like, really bad. So you use this effect your first turn, and then you never use it again. So it's really only there to guarantee you have a ship in your hand for your first turn, and that's pretty much it. And then we play Gammas, Omega, and this deck is insane because you can keep putting stuff back for Eclipser as well as with Masterpiece. But this is the only hand trap. If your opponent has Ashes and Ogres and stuff and you want to make sure your diagram resolves or your Kozmo Town resolves or anything, you just do this. Also, what's really cool is you can, if you use your, if you time it right, you can like banish your Kozmo to summon a ship, and then you can activate this. That combo is more relevant with like Cherries, which is in the side deck, but this is really strong. And then, of course, the one-of Masterpiece. I think playing more than one is bad. All the Draco cards suck, except for him. And then that one. Those are the only good Draco cards. All the other ones suck, like really bad. So you don't want to play too many of them. You just want to like utilize them at your own control. If that makes sense. 3 Kozmo Town. This Kozmo deck. To be honest, you only need 2 of them, but you want to also see it. It's weird. Like you want to see it, but you don't want to see it. It's kind of like the double-edged sword of the deck, but the card's really strong. You can like force your opponent to kill it, or you can kill it with Slip Rider, and then you can get your Mojos and stuff, which is really cool. So the card's really relevant. Search all your field spells. This is why I keep mentioning we're playing a lot of darks, is that we want to make sure we get to our plays, because the deck is inconsistent. It's like I said, it's fun for locals. Don't take it to a regional. You'll be disappointed in yourself. Just the one of this. The spell you run doesn't actually matter necessarily. I mean, I guess it does because it was relevant last round where I was playing against Draco and I killed his Draco cards and then used it to draw cards. So I guess it is relevant. But the trap is really relevant. I'll get to that in a second. 1 E-Telly. This card kind of sucks because you can't summon Dark Lady or Dark Witch, which are the only 2 you really want to summon off this, but on a rare occasion you can summon your Farm Girl, your Sword Trooper, or combo stuff, so it's worth running, but it is not that great. Kozmo, this card's retarded. You need to play it at 2. Only 2. It's searchable, and it's a hard once per turn, so you don't want to draw too many of them, but you do want to see it, and you want to be able to search it as well. So the card's insane. If you can establish a pilot and a ship, and then Mojo, you pretty much win the game. Mojo is just insane. Super, super strong. I'm playing Traditional Apocalypse specifically because if I brick and I draw both or all, I guess yeah, both, not Masterpiece, it's going to be different, but if I drew this and the spell and I didn't draw a diagram to get the Masterpiece, I want to have some sort of value out of them, so you can activate the Heritage and then set this, and then when your opponent's attacking, you can just do this. So this was actually a conscious decision to play this one. Reborning Masterpieces with the ruler is fucking terrible, so don't do it. And then back to the front. I'm just playing one of this because in case I draw this, my turn 1 board is always Strawman Tin Can, just about always. So if you draw this, your Tin Can is just stronger. If you don't draw it, whatever. But the reason I'm playing this over Call the Haunted or Oasis is that you can't Cyclone or MST or Twin Twister this and then out it. The only argument people have against that is that if they Cyclone the Call the Haunted, your ship dies anyway and you get to float. But if that's the case, why don't I just summon it in defense mode, let them kill it, and then float anyway? It's one extra action your opponent has to do to get to your life points, so I figured why not maximize the number of actions that need to be done. And then for the extra deck, Infinity, best card in the extra deck. Omega, we're playing Gamma. This card's insane. This is how you out like stupid cards like Curious and Minerva and cards that you just don't want to you don't want to kill, but you have to out anyway. Or Chaos Max. Chaos Max is really relevant at my locals, so we have to play this. 1 Levier. This is the only relevant rank 3 you're going to play. I guess Breaksword kinda could be played, but it just doesn't come up enough to worry about it. Since we're maximizing on ships, not pilots, it just makes more sense to play like the combo that is to kill your opponent. The deck doesn't have very long games. Pretty much all my games are over in 10-15 minutes tops, because either you brick and you go to the next game, or you open Insane and then you kill them really quickly. And the only relevant link monster is Underclock. This card's broken. Sometimes it comes up where you can just kill your opponent really quick and just make things smaller and smack it over. It's kind of like Delta Shuttle, but Delta Shuttle does already. And then, to be honest, the rest of the extra deck is just cherries targets, because we side cherries. You don't have to side cherries, but I side cherries, because I figured if you look at your opponent and you say beat Masterpiece Dark Destroyer without your extra deck, and they pretty much can't, so that's the only reason I do that. But the relevant extra deck is there, just Infinity, Sky Cavalry, Omega, etc. So the deck's really fun. That's the only reason I'm playing it, is just that I think it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy Kozmo. It's one of those engines that I think is going to be really strong for a long time. As long as Dark Destroyer exists, even at 1, the deck will be strong. And the deck's actually about to get really strong because of Tin Can, believe it or not. Because of that stupid Monster Reborn card, which is target free in your graveyard, and you get 1 and banish the others. It's like, oh, I mean, the only stipulation to Tin Can no longer exists. So that card's going to be insane, and this deck will be a lot stronger. And you're probably going to see this deck in the meta, because Monster Reborn directly interacts with Tin Can and with Kozmo down. So the card's insane. The deck's insane. It's a lot of fun. That's it.